Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So today I am gonna cover and protect my miniature roses. So basically winterize them and get them all prepared and bedded in for the winter. And as you can see, the sky is changing here. We're expecting some really cold weather coming and snow is heading our way. So I gotta get this done. I've been putting it off and basically trying to put off winter. And you know how that doesn't work. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm going to use my hedge trimmers here to prune them back, and then I'm going to cover them with grass and leaves this year. In prior years, I've used a number of different tactics to protect the roses. In some years, I have used cedar mulch, tree mulch from taking trees down, which was a natural mulch. I have used grass leaves, grass mulch. So this year, it's mostly going to be leaves with some grass that I've stored away and kept rather than putting it in the yard waste bins, and going to use that to protect them. In fact, this year I'm keeping a lot of leaves to work into the soil in the spring. But anyhow, we're going to work on getting these covered up and protected so that they're ready for the cold that is coming, because they can handle down to -5, -6, but they can't handle no -16. Even -10 is really pushing it with miniature roses. And combine it with the wind, we're expecting some really cold wind chills. So you get a -16, get a wind, you could be looking at a -22, -23 with the wind chill. Let's get at it and let me show you what we're working with, because some of these roses are taller than others. This is what we're working with. It looks very gnarly right now, but it's really not. It's just, we've had some cold, we've had some rain, and it's just that time, everything's gone dormant, that we need to prune them back and take them fairly low so that it's easy to cover them, but to leave enough stems to allow for a bit of winter kill so that we can prune them and bring them back to life in the spring, which I do every year. These ones here are the tall ones. They're a little above my knee for height, but some of the rest of them in here are much shorter. So I'm going to come through, prune all the dead flowers off of them, and then we're going to cover them over. And this is going to be a fast job because I'm running out of light. So let's get at it. So you can see kind of how this is looking now. And it's fairly covered actually, but you can see holes like there. Those are the gaps you want to fill. And then if we zoom in over here, you can see a rose popping up. So we want to cover those in good. So yard waste bins come in really handy. Just so happened, Rob had put a bunch of mulch and stuff in here. So we're going to take this and we're going to dump it on here, and that should do it. And then we can start covering over the tarp and putting some boards on to hold the tarp down. So I'm very happy about that. Saves a lot of work when things go your way, when you're short of time. Not bad. Look at that. Now that's what I call protection. missed a bit. Well, we'll throw that on the other side. This is what it's like to have a really nice pile of leaves saved up, and then you can cover these naturally. You don't have to go buy anything other than the tarp or whatever you have to cover them with. Some old fence boards, if you keep them hanging around. This is all natural, and this will rot over the winter, and you can use it in the garden and work it into your bed. And a lot of nutrients you're going to get, plus you're helping beneficial insects like ladybugs out by providing them some protection. In some cases, if you look around here, there's leaves on the ground. Normally we clean up our leaves, but our lawnmower decided to bite the dust at the last minute. So we did clean up some of the front, but anyhow, these can stay. Normally we clean leaves up to prevent mold because Rob has really bad allergies. But other than that, this little bit isn't going to do a lot of harm and cause a lot of mold, so they can stay and it'll protect the beneficial insects. So all in all, this is working out nicely. So now I'm going to come through here and I'm going to cover those areas really good, and then we'll tarp it over. I'm patting it down to make good contact around the roses because that is very important to prevent any air pockets. That rose is a little bit high, so we can just come back and skin it down a bit. There we go. Remember, if you miss anything, you can come back and just give it a quick snip, just to make sure it's covered. That is really good. I don't see any gaps. Let's have a close look. So you can see everything is covered in really well. I don't see any roses exposed or any wind tunnels around here. Grass works really, really well, especially if you get it piled over in the area early, because then it starts rotting and it gets thick and it gets heavy and it gets matted together, and it provides a great cover. There we go. It is all packed in. Now let's cover it over, because if we get a wind, it's going to sweep these leaves away because there's nothing holding them down. Our water is shut off. So this will work great for protecting them by using a tarp and sealing all the sides down. Rob is here to give me a quick hand, and every year we use different things that we have around to hold the tarp in place. This year it's going to be tires that have been sitting around that I want to do a project with, and boards over the tarp. So whatever you have that has some weight to it that will hold it down is perfect. All right, let's cover it over because the wind is picking up. And we're supposed to have snow flurries tonight, but then warm on Monday. This is a really big tarp bigger than what I normally use. So a little more fun covering them. In this case, the tarp is actually doubled, so even better insulation. Because it's so big, you can see here, it's actually doubled. So, extra protection. All right, so that's how I protect my roses in the winter. And that's how I protect them super fast when bad weather's coming in. And it is kind of raining right now, a few snowflakes. We're supposed to get snow overnight. I'm filming this on a Thursday because Saturday would be too late with a -16 evening. I think Friday -10 at night. So we had to get it done, and it is getting dark. You can see here, lights on in the house, but it looks good. And we're using tires this year, so always something different. Do you think I'm a hack gardener using what I have because I don't have all fancy boards and tools? Or are you one of those gardeners that, you know, you make do with what you have for protecting your plants and take advantage of what nature gives you, like the leaves? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear how you protect your plants. But this is a big job done. And quite honestly, next week is supposed to be warm again. So there'll be more garden videos as long as the weather holds. And once it gets really cold and the snow is here to stay, then we'll be doing inside gardening projects. But for now, I'm so happy to have this out of the way because I was starting to worry. It actually looks brighter on camera out here than what it really is. But it's starting to rain, so I don't want to get the camera all wet. And well, this is just November. Every day that we have weather like this where the snow doesn't stay and we get moisture is one less day of winter here. And although I do love to see the snow and it's very beautiful, I also don't like driving on icy roads. So you win some, you lose some. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And let me know how you protect your plants for the winter. Thank you, everyone. And hopefully you're not seeing bad weather where you live.